Dear ladies and gentlemen, let me speak straight to your soul today. There's something you're going through right now, a situation, a pressure, a pain. You're fighting tears in secret. You're putting on a brave face. But inside, you're breaking. You feel like no one sees what it's costing you just to keep going. But I want to tell you something that might just shift everything for you. The pain you feel today is not punishment, it's preparation. That weight you're carrying isn't breaking you, it's building you. Every tear, every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, it's all adding strength to your story. We don't grow in comfort, we grow in struggle. We don't gain wisdom by skipping battles, we gain it by surviving them. You may feel like you're stuck, like life is pressing you down, but maybe you're not stuck. Maybe you're being planted, and when you're planted in pain, strength is what will rise. God doesn't waste pain. There's a version of you that can't be accessed by ease. You have to go through the fire to come out refined, so don't run from the pain. Let it teach you, let it transform you. Because that pain you feel today is going to become the strength that carries you tomorrow. 10 key points from the speech. Pain is not punishment, it's preparation. The suffering you're going through isn't meant to destroy you, but to shape you into a stronger, wiser, deeper version of yourself. God uses pain to prepare you for purpose. Struggle is the birthplace of strength. Muscles don't grow without resistance, and neither does your character. Every trial adds spiritual weight to your soul. You're not stuck, you're being planted. Seeds only grow when buried in darkness. The pain is not your end, it's your beginning. What feels like a burial might just be a planting. God doesn't waste pain. Every tear has meaning. Every moment of suffering is accounted for. There is divine purpose even in what feels pointless. Growth often hides behind discomfort. If you're always avoiding what hurts, you're also avoiding what helps you grow. Embrace discomfort. It's the doorway to transformation. Temporary pain leads to permanent power. What hurts today can become your weapon tomorrow. Every scar is proof that you made it. Your scars will one day speak louder than your strength. Your valley moments are training grounds for your victory. Don't curse the valley, it's where your faith is built. The pain you're enduring today is developing the courage you'll need tomorrow. Your pain has prophetic potential. What the enemy meant for harm, God can turn into a platform. Your story will be someone else's survival guide. Strength is not the absence of struggle, but the result of it. You don't become strong by avoiding battles. You become strong by walking through them and choosing not to quit. The breakthrough begins the moment you decide not to give up. Hold on, don't surrender. Your future self is begging you not to stop here, because what feels like pain today will become the proof of your progress tomorrow. Would you like an expanded version of any of these key points written in emotional depth? Or would you like this formatted as a motivational video script with timestamps, SEO title, tags, and hashtags? Absolutely. Here's **, key point 1 **, fully expanded ** without subtitle or conclusion **, written in the emotionally charged and spiritually intense style you're asking for. Pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It may feel like the world is closing in on you, like everything you've tried is crumbling in your hands. You've prayed for breakthrough, but what you've been handed is a breakdown. And in the middle of that, a voice whispers, you must have done something wrong. But hear me clearly, **, you're not being punished, you're being prepared. **, that heartbreak didn't come to destroy your heart, it came to deepen it. That betrayal didn't happen to poison you, it happened to purify your discernment. The pain is not evidence that God has left you, it's evidence that He's building something in you that can't be built any other way. You don't pour foundation on soft ground. You pour it after the earth has been shaken and broken. You pour it where there's pressure, and the same goes for your life. You may think, why now, why me? But the preparation process never makes sense while you're in it. Ask a seed if it understands why it's being buried. Ask a diamond if it understands why the pressure keeps increasing. Ask a champion why they had to fight battles alone in the dark. The answer is always the same. Asterisk asterisk, it didn't make sense at the time, but it made strength in the process. Asterisk asterisk, some of the most anointed people you admire, the most resilient leaders, the ones who carry weight when they speak. Do you know where that came from? From pain, from dark nights where no one saw their tears, from days they had to choose faith over feelings, purpose over pressure, from showing up broken and still believing God could use them. They weren't made in platforms. They were made in private pain. Pain is God's classroom, and when you're sitting in the seat of suffering, don't drop out. He's teaching you endurance, faith, identity. You are being refined. You are being equipped. You're not losing yourself. You're shedding the version of you that couldn't carry what God is calling you to hold. Yes, the fire is hot. Yes, the burden is heavy, but He's not finished. And when it's over, you won't just survive, you'll step out with the kind of strength that doesn't break under pressure anymore. Because pain is not punishment, it's preparation. Let me know if you'd like me to expand another key point, or turn this into a asterisk asterisk, voiceover script or visual video text asterisk asterisk, of course. Here's asterisk asterisk, key point 2 fully expanded asterisk asterisk, written in an emotionally intense, passionate, and faith-driven tone asterisk asterisk, without a subtitle, and without a conclusion asterisk asterisk, in long form. Struggle is the birthplace of strength. You don't build strength in stillness. You don't build resilience in comfort. You don't discover who you really are when everything's going right. No, it's in the fight. It's in the late nights where you're wondering how you'll make it through tomorrow. It's in the moments you want to quit, but something inside you says, keep going anyway. That's where strength is born. Look around at the strongest people you know, the ones who walk with confidence, who speak with authority, who carry a calm even in chaos. They didn't get there because life was easy. They got there because they wrestled through the hard places. They've cried in secret, bled in silence, fallen and had to get back up again and again. They didn't get stronger by avoiding the storm. They got stronger by surviving it. That struggle you're in right now, that situation that's draining the life out of you, it's not a detour. It's divine development. Every time you feel resistance, it's a sign that growth is trying to take place. Muscles don't grow without tension. Trees don't take root unless they push through soil. Diamonds don't form without extreme pressure, and you won't rise without the struggle, and maybe it feels unfair. Maybe it feels like you're doing everything right and still facing everything wrong. But the struggle isn't here to ruin you. It's here to reveal you. It's drawing out something that comfort could never uncover. It's developing faith that can't be shaken, courage that can't be copied, strength that can't be faked. You are being shaped into a warrior not by the wins, but by the wounds. Nobody talks about the strength that comes from crawling when you want to run, from praising God when you're in pain, from loving people even after they've let you down. That kind of strength is forged in fire. That kind of strength isn't celebrated publicly, but it's earned privately. Don't resent the struggle. Don't try to fast forward through it. What you're building now, in this season of sweat and tears, will become the foundation for what you'll stand on later. The fight you're in is birthing a version of you that you haven't even met yet, a version that's tougher, wiser, more anchored. So when you feel like giving up, remember, this is where strength is born. Would you like to continue with key point 3, expanded in this same tone and style? Certainly. Here is asterisk asterisk, key point 3 fully expanded asterisk asterisk in a large, raw, faith-driven and motivational style asterisk asterisk without subtitle and without conclusion asterisk asterisk, staying true to the emotional depth and spiritual weight you're seeking. You're not stuck, you're being planted. It feels like nothing is moving, like your prayers are hitting a ceiling, like the dreams you once believed in are fading out in silence. You're showing up, you're doing your part, but the results aren't there. You're buried beneath responsibilities, disappointments, and delays. You wonder if you've been forgotten. You wonder if maybe it's too late, or you're not enough, or it just wasn't meant to be. But what if I told you you're not stuck? You're being planted. See, there's a difference between being buried and being planted. Both feel the same at first. You're surrounded by darkness. There's pressure on every side. No one can see what's happening. And from the outside, it looks like the end. But only one of those situations is a death sentence. The other is the beginning of something new. When God plants you, it will often feel like He has hidden you. He'll put you in a place where you're not getting applause, where your efforts are not seen, where your breakthrough is not visible, but that hidden season is holy ground. That quiet place is where your roots grow deep. Because fruit can only grow where roots are strong, and roots don't grow on the surface, they grow in the soil. They grow in silence, they grow in the dark. So many people want a platform without ever submitting to the process. But the process of planting is essential. Without it, the pressure of growth would destroy you. And sometimes God loves you too much to expose you before you're ready. That's why He allows the burying not to end you, but to strengthen you in the secret place. Do you feel isolated, forgotten, invisible? That may not be punishment. It may be protection. God hides what He's about to use. He conceals what He's developing. He doesn't showcase seeds, He plants them. Because what's planted in faith will rise in power. It's in that dark place that you learn to listen to God and not the crowd. It's in the dirt that your character is shaped, your faith is stretched, and your calling is tested. What you think is delay might actually be divine timing. What you call being stuck might be the stillness that comes before the breakthrough. And what you think is small right now is actually sacred. Don't dig up what God is planting. Don't abandon the field because the growth isn't visible yet. Just because it's not happening doesn't mean it's not working . Sometimes the most important progress is happening beneath the surface. You are not stuck. You are being planted. And when the time is right, not your time, but the right time, you will break through that dirt. And what comes out will be stronger, deeper, and more fruitful than anything you imagine. Would you like me to expand **, key point 4 **, in the same tone and depth next? Absolutely. Here is **, key point 4 fully expanded **, in long form, deeply emotional, faith-filled, and written without subtitle or conclusion, perfectly aligned with the passionate, bold, and spiritually raw tone you're looking for. God doesn't waste pain. That ache you're carrying, that unanswered prayer, that heartbreak, that betrayal, that season that nearly broke you, it wasn't for nothing. You may not see it yet. You may not understand why it had to happen the way it did. But I need you to hear this deep in your soul **. God wastes nothing. Not a tear, not a scar, not a single second of your suffering. **, we want God to show us purpose in the moment, but He often reveals it in hindsight. He doesn't always give us explanations while we're in it. He gives us revelations after we've endured it. Because sometimes it's only after you've cried out in silence, only after you've walked through the fire, only after you've come to the edge of breaking and kept breathing, that you realize something was being built in the background. You are not just going through something, **, something was going through you. **, we think pain is pointless because it feels like loss, but pain in God's hands is never a loss. It's an investment, and He never invests without a return. The pain didn't push you away from purpose. It pushed you into it. That dark moment, it made you softer in the right places and tougher in the ones that needed to be. That disappointment, it crushed your pride so that humility could rise. That loneliness, it drew you closer to the one who never leaves. You're looking at the surface, but God sees the story. You're focused on what was taken, but God is focused on what He's creating. There is a shaping happening in the places no one sees. And the most beautiful parts of your purpose are often born in the ugliest parts of your pain. God has a habit of turning graves into gardens, mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty. But you can't have resurrection without death. You can't have healing without some wounds, and you can't have a testimony without first walking through the test. You may think you're broken, but in God's hands, broken things still bless. In fact, some of the most powerful anointings come from the deepest wounds. Because when you've bled, when you've suffered, when you've survived, you speak with a fire that comfort can't give. You become a vessel that understands pain, and that kind of vessel can carry healing. So don't think this is wasted. Don't think God overlooked the cost. Don't think for a moment that your pain is invisible to heaven. It's not. It's precious. It's powerful. It's purposeful. And He is using every ounce of it, not to harm you, but to harvest something greater through you. Would you like me to expand *** key point 5** in the same deep and powerful way? Absolutely. Here is ** key point 5 fully expanded **, written with powerful emotion and spiritual depth, without subtitle or conclusion, in a long form that speaks directly to the heart exactly in the voice and intensity you're asking for. Growth often hides behind discomfort. We all want to grow. We all want to rise, to be better, to live stronger, but very few of us are willing to sit in the discomfort long enough for growth to actually take root. Because growth doesn't happen in the soft places. It doesn't happen when everything is easy and everyone is clapping. Real growth, the kind that transforms your life, usually begins when your comfort ends. It's in that moment when you feel the stretch. When your old habits don't fit your new calling. When your circle gets smaller, not because you're being punished, but because God is pruning. It's when your routine is disrupted, when the ground beneath you starts shaking, and suddenly, the things you depended on no longer work. That's not a setback, that's the stretching space of growth. You think you're losing control, but really, you're being invited to surrender. You think you're being punished, but really, you're being positioned. Because when you're comfortable, you don't move, you don't seek, you don't question, you just settle, and God loves you too much to let you settle when He sees so much more inside you. That's why the pressure came. That's why the door closed. That's why the people walked away. That's why the thing you thought would work out fell apart. Not because you did something wrong, but because you were meant to grow beyond where you were. Growth doesn't show up with an invitation and a red carpet. It shows up disguised as discomfort, delay, and disruption. It looks like loss, but it leads to life. And if you run from it, you'll keep circling the same mountains. If you numb it, you'll forfeit the lesson. But if you lean into it, if you let the discomfort do its work, you'll come out on the other side with new eyes, new strength, and new ground beneath your feet. Because here's the truth. You can't go to the next level and stay the same. You can't pray for elevation and expect to remain unchanged. Growth always requires shedding. It requires fire. It requires discomfort. The old version of you can't go where you're headed, and God will use uncomfortable situations to reveal what you need to release. So when the pressure increases, don't assume it's an attack. Sometimes it's an upgrade. Sometimes it's God stretching your capacity for the promise you've been praying for. The pain, the pruning, the push, it's not there to hurt you. It's there to prepare you. Because comfort may feel good for a while, but growth is what leads you to the life God created you for.